I will.
This is on. I just turned that on.
Do you want to do any different first?
Here, I'll switch it off for another thing.
Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos. We invite everybody to find a comfortable seat. So we welcome in Shabbat together. We'll begin in our blue prayer books on page 12. We turn to page 22 for Lechu Neranana.
Rabbi, what does Lechuna Ranana mean?
Is that on?
Rabbi, what does Lechuna Ranana mean?
It means, come, let us go sing.
Oh. Will you all sing with me? The words are Lechuna Ranana, Ladonai. Let us sing to God. Lechuna Ranana, Ladonai. Aria, Letzor Yishem. Lechuna Ranana, Ladonai. Aria, Letzor Yishem. lines from the bottom, page 24. Ya alo sadai bechol asher bo ya alo sadai ay 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 ya alo sadai bechol asher bo ya alo sadai ay 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 azirani kolatzei ya azirani kolatzei Let me hear it. Ay, 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 ya alo sadai bechol asher bo ya alo sadai ay, 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 ay.
There, in that prayer that we just finished, at the bottom of page 24, it's talking about trees singing. And there's actually a very particular midrash, a rabbinic story about these trees, that they're trees that Abraham originally planted, and that hundreds of years later, they were used to build the Mishkan. If that makes you curious, it's what my sermon is about tomorrow. So come back tomorrow to hear more about these trees. We'll turn to page 26, bottom of the page, Or Zarua. Page 28, middle of the page.
And the transliteration is actually right at the top of the bottom of the page. Zamru Ladonai.
That first line of transliteration.
Yep. Zamru Ladonai Bechino Bechino Bechol Zimra Zamru Ladonai Bechino Bechino Bechol Zimra Zamru Ladonai
Page 30, bottom of the page.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu v'hakodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu v'hakodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu.
Page 34. We pause now as we remember with reverence the yardsides of our beloved departed, observed until sundown tonight, the 7th day of Adar Rishon. Max Kaplan, Sylvia Feldman, Ruben Goldberg, William Levins, Sidney Rosen, Sylvia Spivak, and Jack Lester Slotsky. Zecher Tzadik Libracha, may their righteous memories continue to bring blessings into all of our lives. And together we say to that, Amen. In solemn testimony to the unbroken chain of faith which links us lador vador from one generation to the next, we invite those who are currently in a period of mourning, whether it's the first 7 days, the first 30 days, or the first 11 months, to please rise for the Mourner's Kaddish. Invite everyone to turn to the Mourner's Kaddish on page 124, page 124, Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal ve'yikadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ba'alma divrach erutei, vayamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala v'zman kariv v'emru.
Amen.
Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh. Ve'yithadar, ve'yit'aleh, ve'yithalal, shmei dekudsha b'richu. La'ela min kol birchata ve'shirata, tushbachata ve'nechemata, damiran be'alma ve'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya, ve'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mamav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu val kol Yisrael ve'emru. Amen. You may be seated. We turn back to page 38 together for Lecha Dodi.
Shamor v'zachor v'ribor echad hishrianu el hamiyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shem u'letiferet ve'litchila olechad dodi likrat kala Henei Shabbat nekabela olechad dodi likrat kala Henei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki himekor haberacha mirosh mikadam nesucha zof maaseh b'machshava techila olecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela olecha dodi likrat kala עלייך חמלה הולך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה הולך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה Hitari me'afar kumi livshi bigdei tifar tahami al yad ben ishai beit halachli korva el nafshi ge'ala olecha dodi tikra Shabbat nekabela olecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela
Page 40.
Yaminu small tifrotzi Bet Adonai ta'aritzi Al yad ben Ishai Beit Bartzi Ben Yitzchak Ben Agila Goi leshalom Ateret bala Gam b'simcha ובצולה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה הולך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה הולך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה פני שבת נקבלה פני שבת נקבלה
We pause now to extend condolences from the congregation to members of our community who have been bereaved over the past week. This week, we extend our condolences to the family of the late Dr. Marshall Goldman. We extend our condolences to the family of the late Alan Keystone. We extend our condolences to the family of the late Isabel Rappaport. We extend our condolences to the family of the late Geraldine Ratner. And we extend our condolences to the family of the late Paula Scher. And joining together on the bottom of page 41, we extend the traditional Friday evening greeting, the Shabbat greeting to mourners. Hamakom yanachem etchem betol sha'ar avilei Zion ve'Yerushalayim. May the Holy One who comforts Israel grant you solace in your bereavement. We remain standing and turn to page 50 for Baruch, the call to prayer, uniting us together in our evening prayers. Page 50.
Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach L'olam Va'ed.
You may be seated. We invite up our special guest to lead us in English responsive prayer, page 51.
While they're coming up, I just want to say I could live in Lecha Dodi forever.
Me too.
I can't help it.
Keep going. Special guest.
Your special guest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Page 51.
You go first.
O Lord, your word brings on the evening twilight. The heavens proclaim your glory.
And we, your creatures on earth, behold in wonder your endless miracles.
Help us to recognize your guiding power in distant galaxies and in our own souls.
Teach us your law of righteousness and love, so that your spirit may govern our lives.
Source of peace, bless our worship. May our meditations find favor in your sight.
May our gratitude for your wonders lead us in love to your service.
So that, like the changing seasons, the days, the nights, our lives too, will proclaim your glory. Amen.
Amen. Shkoyach Yasher Koach. Mazel tov. It was perfect.
ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה. אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבי. אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נצליח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נחיה יומם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
54.
שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאור על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזו ביתך ובישעריך.
56.
והיה עם שמו.
And reading together in English in the middle of page 57. Therefore, keep these words of mine in your heart and in your soul. Bind them as a sign upon your arm, and let them be a reminder above your eyes. Teach them to your children, speaking of them when you are at home and when you are away, when you lie down at night and when you rise up in the morning. Write them upon the doorposts of your homes and upon your gates. Thus your days and the days of your children be multiplied on the land which the Lord promised your ancestors for as long as the heavens remain over the earth. 58.
Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor,
Yisrael Matai Matsu Lahem Tzitzit Al Kanfei B'Deihem L'Dotem B'nu Al Tzitzit Al Pil T'Chelet Lahem L'Tzitzit Uretam L'Otos Uretam Ekol Mitzvot Anai V'Sitam Otam
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Middle of page 60.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ובני ישראל לכנו שירה רעה שמחה רבה ויאמרו כולם מי כמוך ואלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש תורתני לא אוסף אלה תורתני מלכותך ראובנך, בוקי היום לפני משה. זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ונאמר כי ברא אדוני את יעקב ועלו מאוד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
We turn to page 63 and invite up our special guest to lead us in responsive English prayer. Everyone is special. Everyone is special in Judaism. We all have our unique gifts that we bring.
Help us, O God, to lie down in peace, but teach us that peace means more than quiet.
Remind us that if we are to be at peace at night, we must take heed how we live by day.
Grant us the peace that comes from honest dealing, so that no fear of discovery will haunt our sleep.
Rid us of resentments and hatreds which rob us of the peace we crave.
Liberate us from enslaving habits which disturb us and give us no rest.
May we inflict no pain, bring no shame, and seek no profit in another's loss.
May we live
so live
that we can face the world with serenity and grace.
May we feel no remorse at night for what we have done during the day.
May we lie down in peace tonight and awaken tomorrow to a richer and fuller life.
Amen. May it be so.
You know, you might say that that passage makes you want to disappear fear.
That passage makes me want to disappear fear. That's Sonia's band label.
This Sunday. ושמור צאתנו בואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל פורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים
64.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביתי ובין בני ישראל, אותי השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השני שבת וינפש.
66.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה. וילמד יברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי. ומחייכון ויהום עומכו וחיי לכל בית ישראל. בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. שמי רבה וגדולה ועלם לעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח, יתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל. שמי לקודשה ולילה מן כל בחטא ושירתה. יוש וחטא ונחם עשה, ימירה ועלמה ויאמרו אמן.
We rise in body or in spirit for the Shabbat evening Amidah. This Amidah is only said personally. It begins on page 69. '74.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam. Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki
page 80.
ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי, ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו, אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, קונה שמיים וארץ. מגן אבות גיבורו, מחיי מתים במאמרו, האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו, המניח לעמו ליום שבת קודשו, כי עם רצה להניח להם, כי עם רצה להניח להם, לפניו נעבוד ביראה ופחד, ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד, ואין הברכות. אל ההודעות אדון השלום, מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי, ומניח בקדושה לעמי קדוש לעונג, זכר למעשה וראשית.
Kaddish Shalem, page 86.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
אמן.
ויעלמת יברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון ובמכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך מעליו ולעולמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמיר קודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תאמירן בעלמה ויאמרו אמן. תתקבל צלותון ובותון לכל ישראל קודם ובהון וישמעיה ויאמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמעיה וחיים עלינו וכל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן.
We turn to page 90 and rise for the Friday evening Kiddush, blessing over the wine or grape juice. If you're joining us online, please raise your own libation to the holy Sabbath day. Page 90, Kiddush. Do you want to hold that?
No, not really. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pori hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsha v'avahu ratzon hinhilanu Zikaron l'mahaseh bereshit, ki hu yom tehila lamikraye kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'harta, v'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodsheha, le'ava u'ratzon, hinaltanu, baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-shabbat.
Amen. Good Shabbos. Yasher koach. You may be seated. Shabbat Shalom. I notice there are a few people here that I don't know. Please come say hello after services. I'm Rabbi Zaza. I'm the assistant rabbi at Beth-El. And Cantor Blatt was around. There we go. So I was thinking over this last week, like what is the best possible date? It's not a trick question. Like what's like a good place to go to hang out with somebody that you care a lot about with? You can call out. What's the best possible date? Oh, okay. Bobby said temple. Oh, I have gone on many dates to synagogues, so it's definitely, I wasn't expecting that particular answer tonight, but that would have worked really well. I know, that's where we are. It's where we are. All right, I'll take at least two more favorite date locations, even though that is, my sermon is basically done, so good. A concert, okay? Anywhere else? The sea. Okay. Oh, I hope that lots of us had good dates or good hangouts with our friends and family in this last week, maybe on the 14th. And I have a favorite date location that is, it is a little bit odd. It is a little bit peculiar. I mean, synagogue is probably right at the top, but again, I wasn't going to talk about that. I was going to talk about like my third favorite date location, which is IKEA. Oh, I'm not, no, I would never, I mean, I make a lot of jokes as a rabbi, but in this, I'm not joking at all. I love going to IKEA, and I especially love going to IKEA with my spouse. It brings me no greater joy. I'm like vibrating in the car ride there. I am so excited. I skip inside IKEA. And why? Like, what about it? What about it is so exciting to me? What makes it so much fun? I was sitting down and trying to figure out, like, why is this the place that I like to go on dates? And I think that it's a multi-part thing. Part of it is that in IKEA, I get to see the realm of possibility. Oh, I can see 7 different kinds of kitchens laid out right next to each other. In IKEA, we have sat on every sofa and armchair and seat and discussed firmness and softness in incredible detail. I didn't know I even cared about these things, but at IKEA, you get to see everything laid out. So the possibilities are in front of you and they're tangible. You can really understand them. And then there's this little kind of aspect of like the hunt. I'm not a violent person at all, but you're like walking up and down these aisles and you get kind of lost in it, and then you're searching for like aisle 33, bin 52C,
and then you find like exactly the right thing that you were looking for, and you feel like you really like conquered something. Like, I have done it, I have found this thing. And it leads to this incredibly satisfying experience where you're at your home and you walk into your house, you enter into your house with like this awkwardly shaped package of some kind, and when you open it up, you say to yourself, oh no, I will never be able to figure this out. There are all these pieces all over the floor, and you have like a packet that it comes with all of these little happy instructions, these little drawings. There are no words, it's just pictures. And somehow, piece by piece, with your little Allen wrench and the little wooden pegs that they have, you bit by bit, you like put this thing together, and it starts to take form. It starts to take shape, and you like call in to your friend or to your spouse for help, and the two of you are like building together, and then there it is, like there's the Billy bookshelf, which is the real bookshelf that we built this past week, the white classic. Yes, Billy, he's a fantastic bookshelf. And it's huge and it's gorgeous, and you did it with your own hands. You did it with your very good friend or partner, and you did it with your own strength and your knowledge and those little wooden bits that they give you. The whole thing for me is magical. From the beginning, entering the parking lot, to driving home, to the building of it. I love IKEA, and I love doing it, especially with my spouse, who's sitting in the back of the room. When I read this week's Torah portion, it reminded me of IKEA. I'm sure it will remind many of us of IKEA when we take a look at it, because the last third of the book of Shemot, the last third of the book of Exodus, is all about building the Mishkan. It's all about building the tabernacle. And if you thought that your IKEA pamphlets were large, it's nothing like the detailed instructions that we get in the Torah for how to build a sanctuary that will be the home of God amongst Bnei Yisrael. And when we talk about the Mishkan, when we talk about the tabernacle, we're really talking about the ancient form of the synagogue, except, well, there are a lot of excepts, but a major way that it's different is that the tabernacle is meant to travel. The Mishkan is meant to travel. It is meant to go up, to be put together by a community, and then it's meant to be taken down by a community, to be carried by a community, and to be built again by that same community. The Torah is incredibly detailed with how to do this, with how many pillars and how many curtains and what is gold and what is silver and what is bronze. It needs to be detailed because it is a symbol. It needs to be detailed because it is a symbol for our relationship with God. And that symbolism, I think it's not totally clear. It's not obvious. It's not obvious. What the Torah wants us to know is that what we experience with God on Har Sinai, what we experience with God on Mount Sinai, doesn't just stay there. Like, God doesn't live in one particular place. God travels with us. God is in relationship with us wherever it is that we go. And so the tabernacle gets built up, put up, taken down, carried along, just like, well, hopefully you don't have to rebuild your IKEA furniture again and again, because the screws it gets pretty stripped down. You really wouldn't want to do that. But the Mishkan is a symbol of the way that the Jewish people are in relationship with God. It's a symbol of all the potential for that relationship. When every single person looks at it, they remember skipping through IKEA.
They remember the instruction manual. They remember coming together in order to be in relationship with God, coming together both as a community of worshipers together, just like we are at Bethel, and also that we're in a, let's say, a romantic relationship with something that is bigger than us, that we are in a relationship with God. We are building together with God. We are building together with other people, all in order to bring about holiness within our world, and all in order to explore the many potentials of being within our world. Oh, really, I could say, as Bonnie said, that the synagogue is the most romantic place, because that is where it ultimately ends up, that when we come here, we should come into the synagogue skipping with joy. We should come into the synagogue and see the potentials for different ways of spirituality, for different ways of connecting with the Torah, for different ways of connecting with Israel, just as easily as I can see the different mattress displays at IKEA. That's our most ideal. So if we allow ourselves to feel that way, imagine the kind of joy that it unlocks in this act of building that we're doing together. I invite everyone, as we go forth, to think about what kind of relationship we're trying to build with God, what kind of relationship we're trying to build with each other as a community. And if it's not quite as joyful as my experience of IKEA, how can we get it there? Like, what do we need? What do we need to bring in order for it to fill our souls, to fill our Shabbats, and to fill us with that sense of community? Shabbat Shalom. Oh, we'll rise as able. And we'll turn together to page 118 for the Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כאוהבי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגר עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלאכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוצר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והבנת היום והשיבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת. אין עוד, רק נכבל לך אדוננו. ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. Pausing now, we remember with reverence the yahrzeits of our beloved departed, observed sundown this evening until sundown tomorrow, the 8th day of Adar Rishon. Mary Elizabeth Cohen, Bernard Sunny Davis, Milton Kreitzer, Maurice Marr, and Elliot Smith. Zecher Tzadik Libracha, may their righteous memories continue to bring blessings into all of our lives. Together saying to that, Amen. And in solemn testimony to the unbroken chain of faith which links us lador vador from one generation to the next, those who are in mourning and those who are observing a yahrzeit, please rise as you are able as we turn to page 124 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Page 124, Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah. Be'amad divrach eretei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach la'olam ha'omei amaya Yibarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitajar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekucha brechu La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran be'ama v'imru Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim alinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mamav u'yaseh shalom alinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. You may be seated. A schedule of our upcoming services and Shabbat times. Tomorrow morning, there will be a Parsha study class online on Zoom at 9 a.m. There will also be a study of the prophets class here in person in the Baum boardroom beginning at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Tomorrow, our morning services for prayer will be at 10 a.m. and evening services will be at 5:30 p.m. online only. Sunday services are at 9:15 a.m. and at 5:30 p.m. And our daily services are at 8 a.m. in person and at 6:45 p.m. online only. And a reminder that in observance of President's Day, Bethel's offices and schools will be closed on Monday, February 19th. There is still Minyan. There is still Minyan on February 19th. But the regular times, but the offices will be closed. We'll conclude with our prayer service on page 16. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem LeShalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei HaMelachim Kadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni LeShalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitzchem LeShalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei HaMelachim Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Everyone stay safe in the snow. Shabbat Shalom.
It adds a little like
if you have 3 editions of the book, there might be 1 edition of the book where only one of those prayers is included. It's only for this prayer. It's only for the homilies. It's only for the beginning of the homilies. Every day you learn something. I made an appointment with Morgan Parker today, so you inspired me.
First, now Shangri-La. Hello. Beautiful. And I wanted to give you a flyer. Probably already visited. This is what I was trying to say quickly. It's International Disciplinary Day on Sunday because it's my birthday, but it's also L'chaim, like 2/18. Anyway, if you're done,
This Sunday.
yeah, it's this Sunday. Yeah, check it out. I'm playing with my band.
It sounds like a good day to catch me another sermon.
That would be awesome. I'm gonna sing some in Hebrew and some in Spanish. Yes. Sunday. Is there a show?
Okay, there's a hundred different things you can do with the Billy.
Oh, Billy! Oh! Girl, I only know a bunch of IKEA hacks. I thought you meant like a musician. Billy hacks. And I was like, oh, I haven't heard of her. Oh my gosh. So we're building like a library right now. Honey, take this. There's a concert on the Sunday. That's right. Oh. I don't know. We'll
It's at 4 p.m. and it's happening as a state dinner.
I was like, if you're not at IKEA.
Singer-songwriter, but I sing in Hebrew and I sing in Spanish. And
I've been to some of your
I think you're
Hi, so my name is Julie Goldman. Our dad passed away this week, and I want to say, well, I would say what
It's hard because he's been a member here for over 50 years.
yeah, so, and just want to make sure you get it right tomorrow. So his last name's Goldman, not Goodman. So his name's Marshall Goldman. And
It's okay. It's hard for us because
we're so proud of our dad,
and he was a big member,
remember he gave a lot to the synagogue.
and my mom did too. So.
I just want to make sure they were honored, so I just wanted, I know it's not right, but I wanted to say something, because I really wanted him to be honored and get his name right, because someone once said to me, oh, you're Judy Goldman, I said, no, I'm Goldman, they're like, Goodman, Goldman, Goldberg, it's all the same, and it really isn't, it's, but thank you, I appreciate it, so,
Yeah.
yeah, so.
Will we see you tomorrow?
Probably not because of the weather, but
I know.
we're
Tuesday,
gonna
Sadie.
try and come at least for the first month on Friday nights.
Yeah.
When my mom passed away, my dad came every Friday night and every Saturday
And he
morning
used to come in the mornings.
and every morning throughout the week for Minion, and
He
so
was, yeah,
So we
until
hope
the
to-
pandemic, he
we
came.
hope to honor him by coming.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry
It's-
for your loss
thank
and
you.
for, remind me your name.
Judy, Julie.
I'm,
Judy and Julie.
We're twins.
we didn't name us, they did, but my last name is Eggleston,
Okay.
and this
I'm
is,
Judy Goldman, so, yeah, we have a brother Howard, but he's
Yes.
up in Rhode Island. But yeah, so we're just very proud of our father, and
Tell me a little bit just about him.
so he was a dentist for over 40
in
years.
Reisterstown for, and he grew up in Baltimore. He was a Baltimore boy. My mom and him joined the synagogue when we were born, like 50s, or when Howard was probably born.
Well, around 69.
Okay, so
So,
54 years they've been members. So my mom was present at the sisterhood. She sang in the highlights. My dad was a
he worked at Hebrew Free Loan with the Associated. They were very involved in the Jewish
very
community.
proud of their Judaism.
And he's
Yeah.
a huge
Yes.
supporter of Israel. And,
Yes.
he
He was a character.
yeah,
If you're very liberal, he'll tell you. He's very strong viewpoints. Just
well,
so
he did have very strong.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so, but, yeah.
And Rabbi Schwartz will tell you, after every sermon, he came up to him and said, "Good sermon, Rabbi, but may I suggest after every sermon?" And that was our. He was a little, opinionated, but
It's good to be able to speak up.
Well, he always spoke his mind.
he was from that generation.
And you know what, he got to a point where he was,
at an age where it's like, look, I'm old, I can say whatever I want and no one's gonna
And
care.
when our mom passed away young, he was devastated, devastated,
So, and then thank you for reminding me the office was closed because I wanted to call, I forgot about
About getting the
plaque, and I was like, oh.
I don't think it'll be next tomorrow, I think.
No, it'll be the month that he died,
Oh.
so, yeah, so, do we wait a year before we put up the plaque? I didn't think so. That's just the two.
So the extra money I have, we can put towards that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I thought that was, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
And you don't have to wait a year to put up the tombstone.
Oh,
Oh, we don't? Well, our brother is very Orthodox, so he might.
It's not,
Oh.
Really? Are they, I was always
Told that the year you, because you stop mourning after a year, and that's when you, okay.
but whatever your brother.
It's whatever he wants,
Whatever
because
he
he's,
is,
he's the very religious one of
Most
us.
of the time, it takes those 30 days to get the headstone done anyway.
Right.
But
Be nice to do it in the summer versus the winter.
We'll talk to Howard.
We'll let
about
him,
I'll let him make-
it's really his decision, because he's the one that's very religious.
Yeah. But thank you for listening. I didn't mean to offend or anything like that. I just want my dad to be honored.
List of like rabbi.
Offenders.